Thank you. Across the county and state, there are plenty of races that are still too close to call.
Brahm Resnik is here now. Hello, Brahm. Good to see you. So let's start with the top of the ticket. President here in Arizona.
Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris 52% to 47%, about 110,000 votes. That spread has widened since last night as we're beginning to see the effect of the big Republican advantage in registered voters. They came out in larger numbers in early ballots. That's showing up there in those results, and I expect they're going to show up in the results we see later on this evening.
With the late earlies, or
we don't.
Late
Earlies get counted later in the process. Right. Signatures need to be verified. I think tonight we're going to see some of the early ballots that were turned in at the end of last week,
from like Wednesday
to Friday, okay. Right, and beyond, and even over the weekend, and then maybe some more of the in-person voting. It's not clear to me that we have all that yet.
Speaking of the drop, can I just ask you on a side note, because Colleen just told us earlier today that, we were expecting this whole time for a drop at 7 o'clock, and then she had said, kind of, big news here, there's going to be 2 drops tonight. So how do you explain that? Is that unusual, or?
It's all unusual.
Yeah.
What kind of threw us last night was we're used to a certain pattern in the way ballots are released, and this election, there is no pattern, and certainly nothing we're accustomed to, and so that's why last night I was expecting a red mirage at 8 p.m. when the first ballots were dropped. Instead, you had a tie, which was not what we expected, again, based on the way the early ballots were trending. So right now we're at the county's mercy. When they tell us they're going to drop ballots, we get our mitts out and catch them.
Faster results, right? So
let's talk about the U.S. Senate race here too, because I believe what we're seeing here, I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, Brahm, that Ruben Grijalva had a bigger lead last night than he does now, that Lake is catching up. But are there enough votes left?
Oh, there are plenty of votes left. There are 1 million votes left statewide. And Ruben Grijalva's speech last night may have been a little ill-advised. It almost sounded like a victory speech.
Right.
You were there, Tram.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
It did. And, you might want to wait. We've seen this in Arizona, especially among Democrats who keep saying this is a lot like 2018. That's when Senator Kyrsten Sinema came back days after the election, thanks to the late early ballots. A bunch of them went in her favor. She came back and won the race. I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen with Kari Lake, but still, a lot of ballots left to count.
60,000 votes with 1 million votes left to count?
Right? Slow your roll.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was talking about how he used to, sleep on the living room floor, and now making it to the Senate floor, so.
Maybe hold that story for a little later.
Don't sleep on the Senate floor. That's not good.
Okay, not yet. All right, let's look at another race right here between Shauna Bollock and Judy Schwiebert. This is for the state Senate Legislative District 2. District
2. And so the big picture here is one of the storylines, the battle for control of the state legislature. Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs is working with a Republican-controlled House and Senate. Republicans have just a 1-vote majority in each chamber. $18 million, a combined $18 million is being spent by both parties and their allies to take control. This is one of the races that has been targeted. Shauna Bollock is now up by 2 points in that race. She was behind last night. Again, you got to wait for those ballots to come in. LD4, District 4 in the state Senate. Another race, Democrats are trying to hold this seat. Christine Marsh, I don't think she's ever had
38 votes, Brahm?
That's a Christine Marsh race. She's never had an easy race. She's up against Corrine Warner, Republican, Scottsdale Unified School Board member. Look for that one. It's happened in the past to go to a recount.
Okay, finally.
38.
And there's one more race, LD 17. Southern Pinal County reaches down to Tucson. This is really interesting. John McLean, the Democrat newcomer, has a lot of money behind him, retired Tucson business owner, going up against Vince Leach, who wants his old job in the Senate back. Leach is behind now, 51% to 49%. The one strange wrinkle in this race is the senator Leach defeated in this year's primary, Justine Watsack, is trying to take him out in the general election. Trying to talk him down.
What do you mean?
It's bizarre. Criticizing him.
Oh, I see.
She does not want him to win. Oh. So working against her own party's interests now that she'll soon be out of power. Kind of strange. That's one to watch, a potential pickup for the Democrats.
So that would make it tied.
That would make it, let's see. Christine Marsh holds her seat.
Okay.
Shauna Bollock holds her seat, say. John McLean gets this. It's a tie.
That'd be interesting with a Democratic governor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you later on tonight.
Thanks, Bram. Appreciate it. Good insight.